Hello everyone, I'm still at Kim's place and we're having a lovely morning. We've had some cups of tea and we've had a little bit of brekkie, and now I really want to talk to Kim about some personal stuff that I don't talk to anybody about. And this is what really sort of turned me off dating and being with men. So first of all, when I first separated from my ex, which was like over 5 years ago now, one of his mates who we'd met in a church. I hate to say it about a church because most people are wonderful in church. I go to church. People are wonderful. I love them. But there was this one, well, turned out to be a really sleazy guy. And Kim, I cannot believe. Now, he was one of Jeff's best mates and he was a leader in this church. And do you know what? As soon as Jeff left and he found out I was single, he started contacting me. And he never met up with me, never did at all, but he would just do the dirty talk on Facebook Messenger. Like really pornographic, dirty talk. I blocked him.
So you didn't give him any enticement at all? He just kept doing it?
No,
Okay.
nothing. At first it was like he wanted to be my friend and he felt sorry for me. And then it was like, I'm just going to say, why do men think like this? It was like, oh, you're separated now, Joe. What are you doing for sex? What do you think of that?
It's an odd question.
Yeah. What are you doing for sex? Oh, I wasn't having any. I didn't even think about it. I had a child I was looking after. I had my grandson. He was only 3. But anyway, this guy relentlessly pursued me until I blocked him. And then what would you have done in that situation? Has this happened to you? I mean, these were pornographic text messages from this, messenger things from this guy. What would you have done?
No, if there's no build-up in the relationship prior to that, then he's got a zero right to be subjecting you to that, I think.
Yeah, well, then I did unblock him because I bumped into him somewhere. His son was actually, had something terrible happen to him, and I did message him to say I was really sorry to hear about that. Is there anything we can do? We can pray, here amongst all my swearing and everything else, I do pray. And so I started talking to him again, and then it all just started again, Kim. And I felt it was like the way he was talking to me, and mind you, I knew his ex-wife, and I think that's really, really, I don't know. How do you explain that?
Yeah, I think he's just missing the whole connection that a female, well, not all females, everyone's different, but the connection that you needed for sure wasn't there.
Do you find that disrespectful that a man would just get you on Messenger or messages and just be hitting you up for sex and saying some really rank things?
Well, I think probably in hindsight for you, maybe you opened the door too far to allow him to continue with that, and perhaps you needed to put it to a blunt stop earlier and just say it was inappropriate. And you're happy to be friends, happy to talk, but it's inappropriate.
Well, I have blocked it now. It's finished.
Yeah.
I have blocked it now. It's all finished. I wonder if I should just mention this other one that happened as well, which I found this really, really weird. So, Kim, this other guy I have known since I was maybe 8 years old. We grew up in the same area, went to the same school, blah, blah, blah. And, I sort of bumped into him up here years later, knew his wife, lovely lady, really lovely lady. Probably I'd consider her a friend of mine. And he did the same, He just started hitting me up again on Facebook Messenger. And first of all, it was just, how did it happen? Why aren't you with your husband? And then it went erotically into other stuff.
What I've done in that situation, as soon as someone contacts me, I guess I kind of suspect that this might happen.
Yeah.
So I say straight away, if they want to meet or what, and I say, look, that would be so wonderful to meet you and your wife or your partner or husband, whatever. It would be so good to meet you together. So they get the clue straight away that there's going to be no one-on-one interaction.
Yeah, there's going to be none like that. Well, I got really cook on this guy, because then I found out that his wife actually had a tumour and she was being treated. I also found out he told me that he'd been smoking pot. Do you know what really frigging got on my nerves with both these guys is that they could think that here is this one single woman, respectful. I'm a respectful single woman. I'm not some wild old tart. One single woman that they could like come on and try to see if they can have sex off me. And they knew my ex, they know my family, and I know their family and their kids. And what the friggin' hell are they thinking, these blokes? Kim.
Yeah,
answer me. What are they thinking?
I think they thought they might get lucky, maybe. But the thing is, you've just got to have your boundaries, and I think that's with everything in life. You just have to put your boundaries, be really explicit, and let people know what your boundaries are, so they don't push past them. Just take it. I guess you could. Some people would take it as a compliment. You took it as an insult.
At first, I took it as a compliment. At first, but when it got deeper and deeper and a little bit cheekier and ruder, I'm thinking, what the heck's going on here?
Well, don't engage.
Are they getting off on their own way?
Don't engage. Just don't engage.
Yeah, well, over now in any case, over. Yeah. But, that's something that I think as women we've got to be really careful about, that even though it's not online dating, there are still men out there that think they can hit you up and get sex whenever they want to. I find it really offensive, It's nice to be complimented, but not to be treated like, oh, you don't have a bloke anymore, you must need sex, I'll come and do it. Like, come on. Well, I'm not like that, and I guarantee most of you aren't like that either. I know you're not like that, Kim, or any of my girlfriends. But anyway, it's food for thought, isn't it? We've got to beware of everybody, even the ones that we know, as much as the ones that we don't know.